there was rain a week ago, this is when I love the desert, and it smells so sweet and fresh. This looks like a good spot to make a cup of tea. Well, this is a really pretty spot. It is on the side of this little state route, but it's quiet. There's not a lot of traffic. It's a Sunday morning. Sunday morning, good morning. I've been driving since 5 a.m. and I did have gas station coffee, and it was okay. And that was in Hawthorne, Nevada, but that was 4 hours ago, and I still have 5 hours left until I get back up to Oregon. So I'm out of coffee, and I'm gonna make myself a cup of chai tea. There's a nice little babbling brook down here that's going out into the fields. There's lots of cows in the area too, with their babies. It's a nice, beautiful fall morning. It's been a lovely drive, sort of uneventful. Yeah, super pretty. So we'll just get a cup of tea and head back off the road. Double spiced chai. And I still have a little tiny bit of my pumpkin spiced latte creamer. That's a mouthful. In the fridge. Ooh, it's a little bit windy. Okay. I have something super excited to share with you coming up on the channel real soon. Cheers! It's time to hit the road, kids. Across the Sierra Nevadas, getting closer to Oregon. Those clouds in the front of my view here represent that I'm leaving the sunshine, and I'm going to be heading for rain and cloudy weather for the next little while, which I do like it. That means it's mushroom season, so I will be Oh, morning exercise. Oh, my legs are stiff. Took a little detour up this forestry road. Just about in Oregon, kids. These colors are so beautiful. Now we touch down and start something completely different on the channel, and I'm super excited to share that with you. Oh, gotta stay on the road. Got someone on my ass. Just got someone behind me trying to anal probe me. Oh, is he gonna pass? No, they can't. That's the guy that was trying to anal probe me. It's 55, dude, not 85. Home, sweet home. Ah! There she is. Oh, in the truck. Oh my goodness.
Gorgeous green rig. It's so beautiful. Hi, honey. Yay, welcome home.
Thank you. This is not easy to set up. Not at all. It's heavy. Oh my God. Take two. Okay, let's get it in the sun. Kickstand one. Kickstand two. Okay, those are up. Kickstand three. Kickstand four. It takes a little practice. Come on, that Velcro is like. And kickstand five. I did it. They automatically supply you with a barrel adapter, which I need. This is either a 6 mil or 8 mil, which is what I need for the Jackery. So, and then plugging it into the Jackery right here. Oh, it's too big. Bummer. Dang it. And that concludes today's experiment. Okay, so I don't normally talk negatively about products. I mean, this product seems really well made and everything, and Yahoo for 2 ways to attach it to the battery, but why do all these companies have to have different connectors? So today I'm not going to get to charge up my Jackery from this because I'm going to have to go back to my storage and get my adapter that will hook up to this, and we'll hook it into there. We're going to have to shut this down for today and come back at it maybe tomorrow. We'll see. The other thing you want to pay attention to is you have to make sure that the product that you're plugging it into can take 400 watts of solar or over 200. So I'll get back to you with this review when I get the adapter, because all my other batteries are too tiny. Anything under 1,000 watts, you cannot charge it with this 400 watt panel. So I'm back, and it's the same day. I went into my solar bag of tricks and I found that I have, now I think this is the right barrel connector. Oh, it is. Okay, so I can unhook from here, from the panel, and hook in. I can hook the Anderson Connect to this barrel connector, so I'm going to do that. So I'll be right back. It pays to have a solar bag of tricks. So now I'm hooking up the array. Okay, so we are hooked in now. Let's see, is Jackery reading? Hopefully that's the right size. Okay, let's check the battery. Okay, I'm trying a different adapter. I do have it hooked up to the panel. The panel is in the sun. It's not charging. I don't know if this battery will not take 400 watts or over 200 watts. I need to recharge my solar batteries too. Okay, well, we're back at it again today. Today is take 4. We have had 10 days of fog, and now we're getting a little bit of filtered sun today so that I can finish this review that I started, well, 10 days ago. So let's get on with this. Good morning. Good morning, we're back at it again. It's 38 degrees here in Eugene, Oregon. It's December 13th, and it's not the most ideal day to be doing solar experiments, but I'm really impressed with this one. So let's get on with today. I feel silly, but I know I'm not the only one that doesn't know this stuff. I mean, I've watched a lot of solar videos and I try to learn the language, but it just doesn't stick with me. You know, it's practical applications where I learn how to use my products. So we're back at it with the All Powers 400 watt solar panel. Where I left off in take 2, I was trying to plug a 400 watt panel into a 1,000 watt battery. You can't do that. I reached out to the company that day and asked them, like, what am I doing wrong? Please advise. Well, I want to tell you, their customer service is so good, and they are so nice. I just want to give a shout out to Crit on their customer service team. Thank you so much for getting back to me right away and letting me know the error of my ways. And he said to help me out, he'd send me a battery from All Powers. And here it is. This is the All Powers AP-SS-009 2000 watt battery, which I'm not going to be reviewing in depth today. And just for the purposes of reviewing the solar panel, I will finish my review on the solar panel test this one out in my tiny camper this winter, and I'll let you know how I like it. But this is the connection that I need to go into here. And let's just see. Okay, and I can hear the fan come on. Look, holy cow. Okay, so let me just show you the sky here and then show you the controls on this. This is incredible because this is not set up perfectly to capture all the sun that's really not happening right now. The battery came to me charged at I think 78%, and I was trying it on another appliance this morning, but these panels are not even facing the sun directly, which it's still a low fog morning here in Oregon. And at this angle, it's bringing in 44 watts, cycling between 41 and 44 watts of power coming in. I think that much coming in and these really not ideal conditions is actually really amazing. So let's talk about the dimensions of this solar panel. This panel is 8 feet and 6 inches long by 3 feet and 4 inches high. So it's pretty big. I mean, I've been teasing my friend here when I set it on. I'm like, I'm just setting up my solar bank farm. And I'm on a farm. So I'm farming sunshine. She's farming chickens and flowers. It weighs 40.79 pounds, which for me, I'm moderately fit. I'm also 5'6", but this is a bit awkward to pick up and maneuver around. I mean, this battery right here weighs 31.75 pounds, and it's easier to lift up and carry around. This is just awkward to carry. That's my only like negative about it, but everything else about it I love. It's really high quality made panels. The kickstands are very durable. They're set up perfectly for the angle of the winter sun, which is what I'm at right now. And I would probably lay it flat in the summer for that. But in Oregon, that is where we lose the power the most in the winter. So something like this panel and this battery could probably get you through a power outage period that you would have, provided you would take advantage of the times in the day where you could capture sun. You would line the panel up obviously correctly, like directed at the sun. It's gone up 1% in 15 minutes. I really want to thank All Powers for sending me this 400 watt solar panel and this 2000 watt portable power bank. And if you're looking for a very, very affordable off-grid setup for your house on the grid that sometimes loses power, or for your camper, I want you to consider this. The customer service is excellent. The products are super well made. I will be going over the battery review real soon here in the future, and I'll be sharing that with you. Okay, let's get back to our video that's already in progress. So this is my tiny editing studio. I have a nice view of the woods and flowers from Jade's garden. Spacious desk, nice comfy chair, place for my mic, notepad, and lantern. And then the kitchen's right over here. I think part of the burnout for a lot of people in van life is that they think that they need to suffer and stay with it and push through and do all that kind of stuff for social media, like to make it Instagrammable or worthy of a story. But I'm a bougie girl, bougie minimalist, if that's even a thing. So let me get a cup of coffee and we'll just have a little chit chat about what's going on. Why am I in a tiny house? Where's 9th? Am I still traveling? what's going on in my world. Ooh, and coffee, and I need some creamer. Back to sweet cream. I love this stuff. I missed it when I was in Canada. Canada only had the flavored creamers. Good morning. I have put over 30,000 miles on 9th, and I have been to so many places. Like, I have just seen so many states, so many places, and I've met so many people. And when I was in Canada, on the Sunshine Coast, I kind of hit a wall, and not that I wanted to quit van life, and not that I want to stop traveling. I figured out traveling in 9th is great for overlanding and going into the backcountry because of her lift, her tires, and the new suspension. The build inside is perfect. Because I traveled through 4 seasons, I love the space to be able to have all the gear so that, if I hit unusually cold weather or snow, I have everything on board to keep me warm and to keep me safe. I also have recovery gear if I need to take care of myself in that way, and everything to cook with. I mean, I have everything. It is truly a tiny cabin off-grid on wheels. But one of the things that I noticed was it would be nice to be able to stand up. Before I did van life years ago, I would have a vehicle to get me to a destination, and then I would backpack and hike and tent camp. Well, I got over the whole wanting to sleep in a tent. I mean, I love it, but I hated taking the tent down and setting it up in really bad weather. The weather that I don't like and that is hard in van life is, number one, wind. You cannot do anything in the wind. You can't cook. You can't open your doors. Everything will fly everywhere. It's awful. Now, the fact that I have the swivel seat and I can sit in 9th and be in the swivel seat and put my laptop up on the bed and watch movies or read a book or just look out the window is fine. But it's really hard to cook inside 9th. Plus, I've never been a fan for cooking inside my car because it gets stinky. So I thought about rebuilding 9th into something a little bit different and more user-friendly for the wind season. But then there's this other season, like where I'm from, and that's rain. Rain is a tricky season as well to cook in. I can do it because my back opens up like this. So I have this back gate of the tailgate up, so it creates a roof over my kitchen. So that seemed to work out pretty good. And then I went super ghetto. I'd put a shower curtain around the back because it's easy to store, easy to deploy and put up, and then stand underneath it and cook. It works perfect. Like all these fancy bat wing awnings and stuff like that, if it's a mission to put it up, probably not going to put it up. Especially how I touch down and take off. Like I move really quickly and don't always stay in one place for very long. If I am in a place for very long, then I do deploy the awning. But that's off the side of the car. That's not off the back. So while pondering my life, my decisions, or lack of them, or too many, I decided that I want to hunt for a tiny house with a loft. So that's why I've been staying in these tiny cabins and houses and homes on wheels and things like that, is to figure out what size would work best for me. That is why you're seeing the tiny house as part of the series on my channel right now. It's part of my discovery. It's one thing to watch videos and hear that person talk about what they like and what they don't like. But until you actually go yourself and stay in these tiny houses, you just don't know. It seems all great and it's romanticized, but then it comes down to practical, like space, storage, ability to do the things that you love from inside your house. A big factor for me is outdoor living. I love outdoor space more than I love indoor space. So having an outdoor kitchen, an area to dine, maybe an area to have a propane fire so you can gather around the fire in the evening or even cook on it. Those kinds of things are really important to me. A garden. Mostly I like to grow the herbs and then shop at the farmers markets. Traveling across country this year, I've stayed in a tiny house in South Carolina for Christmas. So if you go back on my channel, you can see that tiny house. I stayed in a tiny house in Florida. You can see, and that one was on wheels and parked on a property. You can see that on my channel as well. Then when I went to Canada, I stayed in a tiny house off-grid on the Sunshine Coast. So I guess I've only stayed in 4. I feel like I've stayed in more. So for the next 2 months while I'm touched down here at this tiny house, I'm going to be doing some research on land in this area as well as land in one other place. I'm going to start building my dream tiny house on wheels, and you're about to see that. I'm about to reveal that, and I'm so excited to do that. So if you like tiny homes, if you like tiny campers, if you like travel, if you like cooking, if you like high vibes, good people, destinations, adventures, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you're new here, again, my name is Mindy. I travel North America out of a little teeny weeny tiny 2003 Honda Element, and she's still running strong. Audience here, but my compadre joined me on his potty, and I'm on my potty. Oh my God. If you haven't already, please touch that thumb, hit the subscribe button, and turn on all notifications, and come and be my co-pilot.